Adeyanju claims Peter Obi shares similar political ideology with Tinubu and Atiku. And now to the news in full. Nigerian activist and lawyer Adeyanju has compared President Bola Tinubu, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi, stating they are all fundamentally similar in their political ideologies. Particularly after the 2023 general elections, the trio of Tinubu, Atiku, and Obi were the respective presidential candidates for the All Progressives Party (APC), People's Democratic Party (PDP), and Labour Party (LP) in the last election. In a recent interview, Adeyanju said that if he had to choose between the three, he would vote for Peter Obi over Tinubu and Atiku. However, he added that he would not support Omoyele Sowore of the African Action Congress (AAC) on the ballot and still vote for Obi. He pointed out that all three candidates campaigned for capitalism and supported the controversial fuel subsidy removal. Adeyanju questioned why subsidies were not being removed for the wealthy and politicians instead. He elaborated, asking, why do we subsidize individuals like Dangote or Akpabio? And why are we funding jets for unproductive politicians when the country is poverty-stricken? Adeyanju also criticized the political elite, pointing to the new jet purchases by the president and the vice president. Oh, so the vice president has also bought his own jets. Okay, now, very good. And yet, there is no money in the country. It is well. And remarked that their actions aligned with the interests of the IMF, not the average Nigerian. While commenting on the need for a new generation of politicians ahead of the 2027 general election, Adeyanju expressed a preference for fresh leadership. He criticized the political status quo, highlighting that all the major candidates, including Obi, Tinubu, and Atiku, advocated for similar capitalist policies. The only exception, according to Adeyanju, was Sowore, who took a different stance on issues like fuel subsidy removal. Despite his criticism, Adeyanju noted that he doesn't hate any of the politicians but simply holds them accountable. He lamented that Nigerians are often unwilling to tolerate criticism and are quick to elevate their leaders to near messianic status, making any form of criticism appear as hatred. He concluded by reiterating his belief that the current political figures, including Obi, Tinubu, and Atiku, are all part of the same system, and he urged Nigerians to embrace more open criticism and accountability in the political arena. See, that accountability is what they cannot do, and they don't like criticism. That is why when people protest, they arrest them, because they do not like people to criticize them. They just want to do everything and go away with it. They don't want to account for anything. They don't want to do anything that people will come and start questioning them that, oh, why did you do this? Why did you do that? That accountability is zero. Emmanuel Iyan says, tell us Tinubu stole Peter Obi's political ideology, which explains why he cannot implement it. Felix Ayade's response says, you forget Tinubu published his manifesto before Obi. Obi first claimed that he did not need any manifesto, that we should use all his interviews as manifesto. He later cobbled something together later after Tinubu and Atiku published their manifesto. Emmanuel Iyan replies to Felix again, says, tell that to a 6-month-old baby. Okay, they want to start arguing. Ade says, there is nothing bad in sharing the same political ideology, but how you implement such ideology is what makes the difference. The ancestor that is presently implementing his own ideology might not have even been the original owner of the ideology, but just because he felt the ideology is good, he then decided to adopt it without knowing the proper means of implementing such ideology. Exactly. That is the problem. There lies the difference. Peter Obi says he's going to remove fuel subsidy. Atiku says they are going to remove fuel subsidy. Tinubu too also removed it. You don't know what Peter Obi must have planned when he said he was going to remove fuel subsidy. Maybe he would first put some things in place that will make life a little bit easier for Nigerians before he goes ahead with removing the fuel subsidy. But you just removed it abruptly. No plans, nothing. You just came in, swore in, and you removed fuel subsidy immediately. You did not have a meeting with your cabinet or whatever so that they would advise you if it's actually the way to go or not. If there are some things you should put in place before you remove fuel subsidy. You didn't do that. You just removed it, thinking that okay, because so person also said he's going to remove fuel subsidy, So there's nothing wrong if I also remove it without knowing his plan or anything. Morgan Waki A says the same way you share similar political entity as Atiku and PO, don't you associate with PO with the band A pins your kinsman T-Pain has put us into? Olorunfemi Ademola said it is not true. Obi wanted to start production immediately he was sworn in. Felix Ayade says he also wants to remove subsidy immediately. How do you start production immediately? Govt replies to Felix, says now that your ancestors have removed it without any game plan to implement it, how market, Abi? Peter Obi said he was going to remove it, and Tinubu said he was going to remove it. Do you know the plans that Peter Obi had? You don't know. So this person has removed his own, and things have gotten from bad to worse for the country. So somebody that really has the interest of people at heart, what is he supposed to do? He's not supposed to go to the drawing board and say, okay, this first subsidy that we did is not working for now. Let us put some things in place. Let us work out some things before we now come back to remove the first subsidy all over again. But no, you just removed it and you think that people are going to cope, people are going to endure, people are going to survive by all means. And you just leave it like that. And everything keeps going up every day. The price you bought yesterday is not the price you buy tomorrow. That one, I'm very sure about it. Things are just getting from bad to worse, and these people don't think that, okay, they should do something about it. Mike Nelson Michael says, so if you have a manufacturing company today in Nigeria, between Atiku, Obi and Tinubu, who would you prefer and employ to manage your company effectively? If you ask me, now who I go ask? Okay, now. Success Cataly says, I wonder why she didn't ask Joe Biden to invite INEC to manage their elections. She would have become president-elect by now. Who is this person talking about? Stanley Udoinsi says, please, Tinubu never shared any ideology or manifesto to Nigerians, but only jumped on ideas of PO and Atiku without a template. Reason Nigeria is in a ditch today, because PO and Atiku would have done things differently, just like Jonathan did in his phases. No soft landing for Tinubu. Alphonsus Isama says the only similar ideology you want to use to deceive people is removal of subsidy. Do you think Obi and Atiku will happily on inauguration ground tell Nigerians subsidy is gone without not looking at the implications? Where is Nigeria and Nigerians now? Suffering, no, we are suffering. At least before you remove the subsidy, you at least wait more. You decide to do it when they were swearing you in. You did not even wait. You not even say, okay, let me work for like a month or two, let me see how things are going in the country before you say you want to remove fuel subsidy. Shadow Palmer says, whatever they share didn't work for Nigeria. They are all clueless politicians. They all contributed to the present debacle Nigerians find themselves. They are rogues. Yes, so they are. My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.